Part 1. All the Falling Stars. I will give you treasures from dark secret places. Then you will know that I am the Lord, and that the God of Israel has called you by name. Isaiah 45:3. All personal theology should begin with the words, "Let me tell you a story." Sue Monk Kid. Chapter 1. Just start walking. Oh God, you know my foolishness. Psalm 69:5. It's 6:35 on a Friday night, and I'm driving to work at the roller rink, taking the back way along the levee and the river's edge. There's a certain spot just past the bend on Summer Lane where the road rises and the sun sits on top of the water, sending shimmers of gold across the wake. Just a little further and my speedometer will flip to 100,000 miles. I drive slower, eye on the gauge's one black 9. At 10 miles an hour, the last tumbler creeps by. Sometimes you have to do something ridiculous to mark the seasons of change in life. So I throw the truck in neutral and let it coast. Climb out and walk alongside with one hand holding the open door. Everything is perspective, so it seems. Sun bleeding into the river, waiting for the 9s to turn. Another Friday night. Driving to Skate City in my old beat-up truck. Actually, it's more like a safari wagon than a truck. I just call it a truck. A crack runs across the windshield and the bearings rattle if I go over 35. I looked into getting that fixed, but it was really expensive. So I just try not to go over 35 now. It's working pretty well so far. There's junk littered from back to front, C-plus term papers and old textbooks, and a flannel board laying in the way back from that first and last time they asked me to teach kids Sunday school. Laying on top of Jonah's flannel whale, my ex-girlfriend's Abercrombie jacket, left before she dumped me for the youth pastor from a rival church. He's actually a pretty nice guy. Still kind of hurt, though. I guess what they say is true. You really can tell a lot about a person by looking through his car. Fortunes pulled from broken brown cookies, scattered Subway wrappers, and a legion of empty icy cups and Diet Coke bottles. An old T-shirt from the bar where I worked before I started going to the Pentecostal church. Stack of CDs on the back seat, topped by Sabbath's Master of Reality and a praise and worship collection from that Houston megachurch. Wonder if I'm the only guy in the world walking next to his truck, watching the 9s roll by, with heavy metal and gospel CDs side by side on the back seat. Probably so. On the floorboard, there's a Cousin It bobblehead that my best friend gave me. It's got freakishly long hair, a black hat, and sunglasses. "Reminds me of you," she said. "I kept the doll on my dashboard for the longest time, but after she died, I broke it from the base and threw it hard as I could against the windshield. That just made things sadder, so I fixed it up with some super glue and fastened it to a secret spot beneath the seat. It helps somehow, seeing it there." She loved the river and the stars, radical Jesus, and ridiculous things. So I salute the waters and everything beyond the sun, remembering her last words to me. "Jamie, baby, just be you." Easier said, old friend. Seems there's always one thing ending while something else begins. The shimmers across the river fade to red as the black 9 rolls over, and the rest give way. I climb back in, shift into first, and pick up the pace a little. Take a left off Summer Lane onto the highway and into the Skate City parking lot. There's a line out front all the way down the walk. I park and slip through the back door, grab a Diet Coke from the fountain and cue up my first few songs. I charge the smoke machines, enjoying the silence a while. "Ready?" asks Mr. Rick, the rink owner, with his hand on the door. "Ready," I reply. Front doors open and kids rush in with a racket of laughter, girls dancing and singing along, black lights and cotton candy, arcade games beeping, birthday cakes and disco balls, the smell of hot popcorn and dirty shoes, grape bubble yum and junior high perfume. Skunky boy skates up fast and barrels over the counter, feet in the air. The kids call him Skunky because he's tan deep brown from the southern sun and sports a white blonde faux hawk. He's making his second pass through 4th grade this year. His mom drops him off with his little sister Lizzie 2 hours before the rink opens on her way to wait tables at the Pancake Den. "Can I borrow $1? He begs, out of breath. "You mean borrow as in you're going to pay me back?" Skunky grins and ducks his head. "Jamie, can I have $1? "Maybe," I say. "What's it for?" "If I had another $1, me and Lizzie could split a Frito pie," he says, emptying a handful of grimy change onto the counter. "We're starving." "You been digging in the couch cushions?" "Mama's ashtray," he explained. I'll pull out a wadded dollar and iron it straight with my hand. Skunky reaches quick and I anchor it down with my thumb. "Guess who's helping me with the trash tonight?" Lizzie is? He replies. Who else? Okay, me, he says, raking the faux hawk tile with his fingers. I will. I lift my thumb and he snatches the cash. I ought to helped you anyway, Jamie, he says, even if you didn't give me no dollar. Thanks, my man, I tell him. I'll remember that next time the cans are overflowing with birthday juice. Birthday juice? Melted birthday cake, I remind him, mixed with melted ice cream, mixed with a bunch of dumped Fanta orange. Yuck, he says, skating away. Let Lizzie get that. Everybody make a straight line in the middle of the floor, I call out over the mic. It's limbo time. I skate out and hang in there for a good 5 rounds until some little gymnastics brat eliminates me at the 3rd mark from the bottom rung. Cheater, I tease as she takes a victory lap around the limbo stick. Loser, she taunts as I roll back towards the front. As limbo rock fades, I grab the microphone and speak to the jam-packed crowd. Keep your food and drinks in the snack bar area at all times, I tell them in my DJ voice. Skate with the flow, and if you fall down, get up quick as you can. Slow skaters, stay to the inside lanes. Are you ready, Skate City? I kill the lights and hit the strobes and 10 spinning disco balls. Clouds of cherry red smoke billow from the fog machines in back. Are you ready? I repeat. The kids all scream, hands in the air, as another roller rink Friday night gets underway. Later, as I clear the floor for the night's first couple skate, a woman from the mom's section approaches the booth. You're going to need some wheels on your feet if you're coming to ask me to skate, I jibe. Not quite, she replies. But I've been watching you from over there and I wanted to ask a question. You want to know if I'll play the Bee Gees? It's a little before my time, she said. That's not my question. All right, shoot. Are you a college student? Yes, ma'am, I answer, trying to be. Ma'am, I like that, she says. What's your major? Astronomy? Really? She exclaims. Wow. Well, it was, I confess, but then I switched to English. English, she nods. So you want to be a teacher? Not even remotely. That's why I changed to biblical archaeology. Her brows knit. She's nodding slower now. You want to be Indiana Jones? No, ma'am, I don't think so. I'm probably about to change again. She smiles like she gets it now. You don't know what you want to do. I don't have a clue. I fan my arm out over the rink floor. I mean, come on. Once you've had the most awesomely fun job ever, what else is there? Guess so, she laughs. So does roller rink DJing pay the bills? Not quite. I'm director out at Forest Hill Psychiatric Facility, she says, passing me her card. You seem pretty good with people, kids and all. I'm looking to hire a new night tech. It's a great little college job. Psychiatric, I reply. Is it dangerous? No more dangerous than skating, she says. Probably. Okay, maybe, I tell her. You need me to fill out an application or something? I think I know what I need to know, she says, heading back to the mom's table at the snack bar's edge. If you're interested, just come see me next week. Sure you don't want to hear the Bee Gees? I call. Why not, she replies. Everybody loves the Bee Gees. Gymnastic brat and skunky boy skate up and knock on my glass. Jamie, brat snaps in a tone way too smart for a 7-year-old. Where's my dollar, huh? She taps her foot, holding out her hand. Skunky offers a clueless smile, chilly all over his face. I sigh and turn my pockets inside out. Last one, girl, I tell her. DJ broke. Ugh, she grunts, disgusted. Maybe DJ need a real job. Sunday morning at the Pentecostal church. Sweaty men in flashy suits jump pews while big women swoon, sprawled out in the aisles and covered by shawls with Bible verses, embroidered at the fringes in silver and blue. The congregation sways, singing 7-word songs, 11 minutes long. Holy Rollers have the best music by far, that electric mix of country, soul, and rock and roll, Slain in the Spirit and Jericho March. Pastor Reddy paces the pulpit, preaching fire so hot the people fan themselves with the programs. Then he takes us to the mercy seat with tears streaming down his face. He circles round again, higher, faster, louder, until at last the congregation collapses at the altar, begging for second chances to start again. Chaos and ecstasy, laughter and tears, shouts in tongues and hallelujah, sweet Jesus. Earthy and concerned and always so very close. What am I doing here? I do not really know. I grew up Catholic and was Southern Baptist for a while. I spent a season in agnostic curiosity after things fell apart. Maybe it's the music or the emotion or the spectacle of it all. Maybe it's nice for church to not be so robotic and dull. Maybe I'm looking for something too. Sure, some of these people are flaky, and a lot of them are just plain nuts. But the ones who are genuine have a joy and peace that is truly unique. For that alone, it's worth checking out. Pastor Reddy had a preaching program on Saturday afternoons back at the gospel radio station where I DJ'd. Sometimes we'd hang out and talk after the show was done. He seemed pretty easy going off the mic, a decent enough guy. I told him I'd worked days on Christian radio and DJ'd in bars at night. I didn't see any problems with it. To Reddy's credit, he never criticized or pushed. He seemed sincerely interested in me, asking questions and listening to what I had to say. When he invited me to church, I showed up and liked it enough to keep coming back. Christian station fired all the DJs and switched to sports talk. For me, it was the bar on Saturday nights and Sunday morning church for a while. Then I started playing guitar and singing for a gospel band. Next thing I knew, they were asking me to speak at a few church functions here and there and help with the youth. That's when I quit the bar. I figured it was just the right thing to do. Truth is, sometimes I'm torn. We probably need more church folks who work in bars. On slow nights, I would bartend, and I enjoyed taking care of people, listening to their stories, putting them in cabs when they were too far gone. Apparently, Jesus spent a lot of time in bars, so there's got to be some message there. Jesus also really upset a lot of church people. Sometimes it's hard to know the right thing to do. That's why I catch Pastor Reddy in the foyer after service, see what he thinks about taking a job at the psych ward. Second opinion never hurts. Psych ward, he asks. Doing what? Don't know, really. I tell him just working with people and stuff, I guess. Reddy has this habit. He looks you straight in the eye, then he half smiles and looks all around you like he's checking out your aura or something. Then he'll speak. I feel a peace about it, little brother, he said. You can help teach people about Jesus. God could use you to change a person's heart. Really? I reply, you think? The preacher smiles bigger now with no direct reply. He stoops in and loops his arm around me from the side. God rarely just gives us specifics, he tells me. He says, just start walking, and I'll show you the way. Start walking, I repeat. Yep, Reddy says. That's how you find the way.